Okay, this is Mike with Utopia Construction LLC down in the D. We're fixing Mumsy's porch and chipped steps. This is the steps. They're kind of chipped over the last 100 years. So I've ran some cement screws into that to kind of give my patch something to bond to. I don't know if it'll help, but in theory it should. So but we got all this scraped off. Pretty good little gouges and crack, or pretty good little crack. It's pretty deep actually, but we're gonna fill it with some concrete. All these cracks, all these little patches. I think I'm gonna grind all this off, get that down nice and smooth back to the original concrete. But you got to chisel out any kind of little loose cement chunks. And this is the crack. I'm gonna vacuum it and power wash it here next, but it goes along right up to the front door. And we got a bunch of screws in there to help hold that cement in. These are made to be put in cement, so they shouldn't corrode, at least not before I die. And I don't really care what happens after that. But here's the other two. Now this one here, you can see there's the steel that they use for reinforcement, but I'm going to take these screws and run wire all around it, so it'll give me some kind of reinforcement, I guess. Just help everything stay in there once I get it. Pretty good sized little crack all the way across the whole porch. And then this part right here, this is pretty much going to be gone too, because if you go underneath this slab down into the room below it, you can see that this is all chipped off, ready to fall anyway. So I think I'm just gonna bust it off from below, put a board underneath, and pour my concrete on top. I'm using a concrete with a vinyl additive, hoping that it'll expand and contract a little bit better, more evenly with this here. So this is the other crack. Crack killed Applejack. There's a little divot where some concrete's popped out. This crack here, it's pretty deep, but I'm gonna fill this whole thing with cement, so it's a nice tight fit. And then here's the last crack. And then once I'm done filling all these cracks and it hardens, before the weather gets real cold, as you can see it's nice and sunny out today. It's probably in the upper 60s. So we're going to cover this whole porch with some resurfacing product. I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. I'm still reviewing them, but this is the quickcrete we're going to use to fill all these and patch these steps. This is, as you can see, has that vinyl in it, and it trowels out to a feathered edge of 1/16 of an inch. So we're going to see if that'll work. I also bought two. It does come in a 50-pound bag or a 25-pound bag, but this is a 10-pound bucket for small patches. I thought that's all I would need until I started chiseling out all the busted concrete, and as you can see, there's quite a bit more than that 10-pound bag is going to hold. So let's take a look real quick in the basement and I'll show you. Here's the living room I did for my mom. Big crack was right there. And we painted it. This wall was all paneling. And this wall here, this was all paneling in here to that corner. Then it was wallpaper all the way to that corner. So that's that.
My house is not for sale.
Jeff, he isn't going to tell Wood anything.
There's Mumsy. What's that, Mumsy?
I said my house is not for sale.
No, I know. We're not trying to sell it.
What are you taking pictures in my living room for?
Just to put on YouTube. So let's go down in the basement and I'll show you this. Ceiling from down below. Even the foundation is brick on this house. It's 100 years old. I don't think they had blocks back then. But this is the room under the porch. And as we can see, this used to be an old coal room. They dumped the coal into there, and the one on the other side, over on this side, other side of the wall, which I'll show you. But this is the chip I'm talking about. See, I can almost pull it out with my fingers, so that needs to come out. It's gonna create a big hole all the way through. But you can see here where it cracked, and then my dad, well, let's caulk it. Well, that might stop the caulk from dripping down in here, but then the water just sits on top of that and freezes and expands it even worse. So we're gonna try to do a major patch. We'll see how it works. This is the room on the other side. Here's that other little crack. We should probably bust this out too underneath here as well. We can get a nice strong bond. And this is the one that was over in the corner, which I'm thinking is right here. But that'll be all right. So let's go look in this other room. This is where the big giant coal furnace used to be. And this is the other room. Okay, and you can probably see light. Yeah. There, you can see light out of that hole. And here's where that other big crack is in front of the porch. Right there. So we should probably bust all this out too. As you can see, it's hollow. Got a hollow sound, so it's not attached. So we're gonna probably bust that off too. So let's go get my chisel and get chiseling. All right. Have a good day. See ya. This is Mike from Utopia Construction, LLC, down in the D. If you like these videos, give me a thumbs up. If you really like them, go on and subscribe. So here, we're basically gonna just bust this piece out here that's chipped. Goes all the way to about, yeah, it'll probably stop in here somewhere. And hopefully this will open up the top. If I can see light through it, then I'll put a board here, across here, and then fill it with cement from the top. But if not, we'll have to make some really thick cement and just kind of spackle it to the ceiling in thin layers. So hopefully that'll work. But anything's going to be better than what she's got now with water pouring down through here. So, peace out, Girl Scouts. See ya.